crispy chicken is from a taco place.
This crispy chicken is from a taco place?
The taco place?
Taco place. It comes in a burrito, too?
From your taco place, it's also a chicken place that's also a taco place.
Check out the all-new Blue and Orange store at the Boise State Hall of Fame. The Blue and Orange store has your best game day gear. We're talking jerseys, hats, bumper stickers, car flags, more than 4,000 hats on the hat wall. If you want the best Boise State gear, make sure you check out the Blue and Orange store online at theblueandorangestore.com or the all-new Blue and Orange store down at the Boise State Allen Noble Hall of Fame.
It's the fall kickoff sale at Lithia Ford of Boise. It's the best time to trade in and trade up to a new Ford truck or SUV with the room to haul your payload or playload. Visit Lithia Ford of Boise, where Ford begins in Idaho.
Bronco fans, the new Boise State trading cars are here, and you can only get them at Jackson's.
Start collecting them today.
Jackson's, let's go!
And final blade of grass. Done. And done. Who knew it'd take 2,007 man-hours to paint 47,962,053 blades of grass? Smells like game day. Whoa, it's not dry yet.
It's time for the Riley and Ridge Show, presented by Jackson's on Bronco Nation News. The Riley and Ridge Show takes you into the locker room and the coach's office, giving you a unique perspective on Boise State football from two guys who know a thing or two about what it takes to win on the blue. Riley Smith was a Campbell Trophy semifinalist and a four-time Mountain West Scholar athlete who was part of 52 wins and 2 Mountain West championships during his 6 years as a quarterback and tight end with the Broncos. Kent Riddle won 7 conference championships in 13 years as an assistant coach at Boise State while working with the running backs, tight ends, and special teams. He has nearly 3 decades of coaching experience overall, including stops at Army, Colorado, North Texas, and Arkansas State. The Riley and Ridge Show is presented by Jackson's. Need a pick-me-up? Stop into Jackson's for a 16-ounce coffee for just 99 cents with Let's Go Rewards. Now, let's go out to the James Kitchen and Bar near Albertsons Stadium and join Riley Smith and Kent Riddle for another edition of the Riley and Ridge Show, presented by Jackson's on Bronco Nation News.
What's up, Bronco Nation? Welcome back to another episode of the Riley and Ridge Show, sponsored by Jackson's, and we're out here at the James after a Bronco win. We got the big-time linebackers here with us. We appreciate you guys coming. We got DJ and Marco coming out, just hopping on the pod to talk some football. Appreciate you guys coming, man.
Yeah, thanks for having us. I'm not so big time anymore. You're talking about this guy.
Yeah, we're washed up. We're washed up, so I'm definitely talking about Marco.
Always big time.
Left a legacy, man.
Of course. How you doing going into the bye week? Going off a win. We were just talking about it before the show, being able to get some relaxation time, see the family. How does it feel coming off a win, being able to learn from it, but going to the week knowing you got a weekend off?
Yeah, it's definitely big time going off a win like that. Kind of similar conversation we had with Coach D, but like a lot of question marks on the season, not like in a bad way or in a good way, but still need to find out a lot about our team. So having these early bye weeks is like a little interesting because you don't really get in the flow of things. Like we're about to hit an 8-game stretch. So like you really get into a rhythm routine, which I kind of like. But some of these early bye weeks can be a little bit weird to get used to, but it's also nice to get the body back a little bit. And then
if you're coming off a month of fall camp, right? And then 2 physical games and get your body back and go into conference game fresh. And then little bit more non-conference and jump right
physical
back in.
conference
So
game,
yeah,
too, at that.
absolutely.
And having it before Air Force is like the best thing that could have happened. Like,
yeah, 100%.
just being able to prep for them is amazing.
It's got to be like our third or fourth time, just like hitting them early.
Yeah.
And like just getting all the triple option fits. So.
Tying that chin strap up, putting your mouthpieces in.
Yeah.
The big question is, who's the scout team quarterback for Air Force? It's always someone crazy.
Do we don't even know. I mean, Zeke has done a really good job, like giving us looks all year.
Yeah.
And I guess he was the look guy for spring, or not for spring, but for fall camp. So we'll see. But I mean, I guess in the linebacker room, we don't have any experience playing Air Force. This is my first and
great point, yeah.
probably hopefully last time playing them.
Yeah.
I know what the battle is, and I know there's takes a certain breed to come out of that thing alive sometimes.
Yeah, no doubt. DJ's experienced it too many times.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be a physical battle, and I already gave you the best advice I can. Tying that chin strap, make sure your mouthpiece is in. It's going to be an absolute war for 4 quarters.
Heads up for the linemen, straight ahead, and then the running backs coming in from the side and all that stuff. Yeah.
Yep.
So, but you guys will be ready. The coaches will get you ready, and it'll be fun to watch you guys run around and get after those guys. One of the keys to the game, though, is always offensively. If you can jump out and get the lead, it makes it a little bit easier on the defense.
No doubt.
The times we've struggled, we kind of started slow on offense and took a while to figure it out. And those games ended up early on, we lost some of them. And then even at the end of it, when we were beating them, it made it a lot closer. If you can jump out and get on them early, then that makes it a lot tougher on that.
Yeah, they don't practice passing a lot, so it's hard to come back from that for sure.
Gotta get them behind schedule.
Yep, no doubt. No doubt. What was it like being kind of senior year on the blue, like as the last season opener?
Yeah, I mean, I was just talking to DJ about that. He thought it was my 4th year.
That's crazy, dude. I didn't even play the same position.
Yeah, it is,
bro. Isn't that wild?
It is super weird. But I mean, it is pretty crazy, like being able to be put in this position, like last year, being able to experience as much of that experience, like same way with you guys. So I'm just trying to soak it in as much as possible and just leave an impact, leave it better than I found it, like you guys did. And so finding ways to do that as a player, a teammate, and leader on the team.
Awesome crowd on Friday night, right? Great experience. Yeah. Everybody was out there, even with the end zone under construction. Didn't seem to affect the noise a ton, did it?
No, not at all. I mean, I love playing over there. Just looking at it right now, but off in the distance. But yeah, the blue is something else. Just the atmosphere, the noise, the love you get from everybody. So
the light show now, the whole bit,
yeah,
right?
They got all the bells and whistles now in the blue.
We got to ask all the hard-hitting questions here. So one thing BJ was very concerned about going into the game was, what will it be like to stand on the other sideline?
Yeah,
and I'd really like you to elaborate on that, because I think it probably had a huge impact on the game.
Huge mental hurdle, probably.
Yeah.
The only thing that it messed with me on was those Fast Fridays before.
Oh yeah.
On the walkthroughs, I'd be looking at the other sideline for calls, the wrong sideline for calls for practice that day, and then had to adjust. But
it's amazing some of the things these guys think are like a big deal, and you're like,
yeah,
I don't know, we'll stand on the other sideline, I guess.
Yeah, definitely big difference. But
The
speaking about the construction, I'm trying to work some construction connections to watch a game from up in the crane. That's a goal of mine this year, dude. That one of the side crane guys was on our site today, and I was like, what does it take for me to just get up in that crane, dude?
Did I
definitely not tailgating pregame when I climb that thing.
I gave Coach D a suggestion that we should as an intimidation fear factor, put the other team's mascots hanging by the crane or something. Really set the tone.
That would be awesome.
We should have the hammer carrier parachute down from there.
Yeah.
That'd be sweet.
Now you're talking.
I know.
Now we got the wheels turning.
Yeah, we do. Jeremiah would be for
all
it
day,
too,
man.
JD's for it. I know it. That would be legit, dude.
I think the crane is a great ad, though. They should keep it.
Yeah.
Really emphasizes the blue collar,
right?
The blue collar culture.
Be legit.
What else from, what kind of were the takeaways you guys had coming out of the game? Obviously got to get a lot of new people out there, all that kind of stuff, but not so much scheme wise or any of that stuff, but just, what was the players feeling after the game, getting that one under the belt, a big win at home, and seeing so many new guys out there make some big plays?
Yeah, I think naturally just makes going into the office the next week just that much better. Everybody's kind of in a better mood, but always finding ways to get better is huge, especially after wins. So it's good to learn about the team after a loss like that in USF and being able to respond to a win. And so we're also
it didn't take long to respond, right? I mean, like minute and a half into the game, you guys were up 14-0 or something. So
yeah, true.
I'd say that was a pretty damn good response.
Yeah, so sometimes very telling of a team too, like how they respond when we win. So making sure we find ways to get better this week and next week and continue to keep the win column rolling. So I think that's huge. And then kind of just learning more about guys that are on the sideline, bringing juice, see who's really bought in the culture and the team. And you can figure out real quick who's all about themselves if they're too cool for not doing their job. So definitely learned a lot about the team in that regard.
They did good this week. I was looking at the guys on the sideline throwing the towels.
Oh, the towels were going crazy.
They were working it. And that starts with Marco, because Marco was a psycho on the sideline with the towels.
Yeah, I've almost gotten ejected.
Lead from the front, baby.
Let's go, dude.
Everybody's had their turn on the towel brigade, basically, right?
Yeah. And like Marco said, it's actually a big part of like becoming like a part of the process to get on the field and be a player. Like you bring the juice when you're kind of like not on the field and on the spotlight. Like that's how you kind of build the foundation for yourself, and you get on the field and then you come with energy like Marco and DJ has. So it's legit. It's a part of it for sure.
Definitely builds the momentum in the game too.
Yeah.
If your sideline's roaring or you're coming off the field off a big stop, you're just getting a bunch of love. It just builds.
No doubt.
DJ, what were your takeaways watching the first couple weeks here?
I thought they came out with a ton of juice this past week. It was fun to watch. I mean, the guys looked real fired up. They looked ready to prove something on that field that maybe they didn't prove in the first game. So that was really cool to see them respond in that way. So as a fan now and as a Bronco football supporter, it was an awesome game to watch.
You got to have a Marco here with you tonight. I mean, you got to be kind of proud of that because you kind of help mentor him and develop him, and a lot of the same ways you guys play. I mean, might not be the exact same type of player, but a lot of similarities in your game. Would you agree with that? Or
yeah, I mean, first of all, I just cannot be words can't describe how proud I am of Marco. I mean, this dude has been an absolute baller and warrior since he showed up, and he is the definition of a Bronco. And as a guy who spent 6 years in this program, you look on that field and you just want to see 11 guys playing that epitomize like what Marco is. So to have him be a captain on this team and to be leading that defense, I think it's huge for where this team is going this year.
You're nice to me.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
And tell us something about, that you learned from DJ.
Yeah, I think just how to connect with
the
guys.
wrong way. You don't mess it up.
No, I think you were definitely annoyed at some point with how many times I would just like hop in the meeting room, even though I wasn't a part of the game plan, just to like kind of pick his brain on how he preps for games. I think that's given me a huge edge, preparing for teams and offenses and scheme. So in the film room and the schematic side of things, I think that helped me a ton, especially from going from high school to college, and then just connecting with guys. You really see DJ like connected with every guy on the team, every position group, and so seeing how he did it and then finding my own way to do it as a leader was something I had to build throughout the years. But it was just super cool to be kind of just be under your wing, and then
that's a pretty cool deal when you learn from somebody and you watch them and see their way of doing it, but then figuring out I can't do it exactly like that guy did. I got to be me and be real about it, because there's nothing worse than somebody walking around trying to be somebody else.
For sure.
And we've all seen guys like that in the locker room, and you're like, okay, I get it. You're trying to be just like so-and-so. Just stop.
Yeah.
Right. And so that's awesome to hear you say that. Like, hey, I did figure out how to do that my own way to make it mine. But
go ahead.
I was gonna say I can't take all the credit for Marco because I gotta give credit to the guys that taught me the way, like the Riley Wimpies, the Zeke Noahs, the Benton Williams.
That's what I was gonna say in terms of, like, especially the linebackers here forever. I mean, you guys kind of live in that room, and you guys all have a process everybody goes through, and maybe it's not exactly the same, but it certainly starts with the same step and ends with the same step.
For sure. I thought it always was cool too. Like our senior year, it'd be me and DJ going head to head against each other. And then the very next rep was Marco and Matt Louder going head to head, doing the same exact thing. And then now we're out and they're taking charge, taking control of the game. And it's pretty cool to see, like,
super fun to watch.
The tight ends and linebackers, how much interaction they have with each other and just continuing to pass the torch like it's come to us is pretty sweet.
Yeah.
I think I assume most people probably know this, but I haven't ever seen it talked about a whole bunch. But you and Matt, high school teammates also.
Yeah.
I think everybody in the building probably knows that, but I don't know if everybody outside does or not. And it was also, I mean, you guys coming from Torrey Pines High School have really left quite a legacy up here, and it's been a fun deal to watch.
Yeah, it's I think I've talked about it a couple times, touch on it, but it's fun. Me and Lauder weren't like insanely close, at least the way we are now. I know he will be definitely be one of my groomsmen when we get married. But this place, this place is what brought us together, and being able to have that connection. And
well, there's a lot of pressure on you too, because you came in here maybe a hair more mature than Matt.
Just slightly.
A lot of pressure on Marco.
DJ had it easy compared to a
Get him right.
No.
Marco's
Coach D wouldn't be saying that.
Oh, I'm saying it because I remember specifically on moving day telling you that.
All right, we got some good questions. This one always comes on when DJ comes on the show. Chad says, surely DJ uses beard oils. Man, look at that thing.
Oh, yeah. I got to give a shout out to my people over at the Beardsmith. They use a product, not beard oil, it's beard grease. Check it out. Unbelievable. Been using it since I started growing this thing in 2020. So if you got a beard going, got to throw some beard grease in it.
I'm in. I just need to grow mine out first.
Yeah.
I don't know if I can ever get
say,
to this point.
You just got to push a little harder.
Let's not minimize the beard grease or the beard smith or any of that stuff. But your brother's beard looks just as good, and I'm not sure he's using all that stuff either.
No, I disagree with that statement.
Genetics might have something to do with it.
I mean, maybe a little bit, but
yeah.
He doesn't grow as long, so it can't be as
yeah.
Well, okay. I'll agree with that.
We got Robbie asked a question too. He said, Air Force is usually more of a civil game than the others, at least for the fans. Is there a different in interaction from the players?
Yes.
Oh, without question.
I'd say it's probably the least civil game that
no doubt.
No doubt.
Yeah, just because those guys wear uniforms and all that doesn't mean they're not competitors, and they're going to go do everything they can to win. And sometimes every now and then you feel like as a player on the field or a coach on the field, like some of those things might be right on the line.
There's some extracurriculars that go on for sure.
Civil would not be the word I would use for that.
Definitely
Right?
not.
Remember, we used to be at practice and there'd just be a random drone or plane that went over. We're like, oh, that's Air Force scouting already.
Moved practice inside and started huddling. I'm just saying.
I'm glad the fans are having a civil experience, though.
Yeah.
It's always good.
Yeah, and hey, we want to support our military and all that stuff, but we're cheering for the Broncos. And trust me, that on the field, probably
it's a war.
In the conference, certainly as competitive, if not more, than any other team we play in the conference.
Very much so.
So
on a consistent basis, for sure.
What else we got? Someone said, curious if Marco or DJ have any stories about Riley or Rid that you can say on the show.
Jeez, no.
Oh, thanks though.
I got lots of stories. Just got to throw the filter on.
I know. Exactly. That'll be after hours.
Yeah. Riley and Rid After Dark.
Yes, that would be.
Those shows have come up.
Yes.
It's usually when Collingham's here.
Yeah, Callingham. It's
Stony.
always after dark, no matter what. All right, y'all think on it. We'll go to the next question. We got Ryan asks, which NFL linebackers do you or did you try to emulate in your game, if any?
I wouldn't say I watch a ton of NFL film, but I would say a lot of the guys that I get compared to is definitely like Luke Kuechly. So like seeing how like his reads, how prepared he is, and like how smart of a football player he was, how he could be ahead of everybody else. I think that's somebody I try and emulate more because, I mean, I'm not the most athletic guy out there. So if I can be one step ahead on everybody else on my reads or keys, that'll give me an athletic advantage.
No doubt. Deej?
I don't know. I wore 52, so it's hard for me not to say Ray Lewis.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, not that I was ever anywhere close to as athletic as Ray Lewis, but just the physicality he played the game with is always something I really admired. So that's always something I try to pride myself on.
I agree. I definitely agree. I say Brian Crushing, too. Just a little.
Cushing,
yeah.
Cushing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Cushing.
Dude,
Little psycho.
I do have to
Slightly.
say his when I found out, well, when I saw that clip of him where he's just like gushing blood.
Oh,
from the
yeah.
head, yeah, I became a huge fan after that when I was a kid.
Big time.
He probably rubbed off on me a little bit, but
Got to. You got to be a little crazy to play linebacker.
Yes.
No doubt. Shout out Justin in the comments. One of my coworkers told him I'd give him a shout out.
What's up, Justin?
hey, Justin.
Robbie also asked, he said, this is a common question we like to ask a lot of dudes. DJ probably already answered it last time, but what was your welcome to college football moment?
Without a doubt was the first fall camp. Didn't have enough bodies on the good old scout D line.
Oh,
So they threw me and Lauder at 3 tech.
I do remember that.
That was an impressive scout D line.
I
Have
do
a
remember that.
linebacker and a tight end.
Man, those were some tough
Thank
days.
you, COVID.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
I know me and Lauder would go back to our dorm and stare at our ceiling, talk to each other like we made a mistake, man. We picked the wrong sport. Oh man, yeah. Oh, a lot of I probably ate the dirt more in that practice than I've ever had in my entire career leading up to that. So I would say 100% that was my welcome to college football.
Those COVID days were different. What about, did you have any moments where you gave someone else their welcome to college football moment?
You got one?
Me?
I mean, I think I'm notoriously known to like throw my head in there when I go and strike somebody, and I know for sure there are a lot of guys that get pissed off.
Always lead with the shoulder pads, though, right?
Yeah, totally.
You and Ahmed, dude. I got more concussions from Ahmed than anybody else in any game.
Ahmed was notoriously known for that stuff.
They didn't teach hands in Egypt at all. Y'all were different breeds.
What this is a good question, I think. What quarterback has been the most difficult to prepare for during your career? And if you have a quarterback, great, but just what team has been challenging? That might be
I feel like we've played a lot of really talented quarterbacks, a lot of dual threat quarterbacks too. It's always hard to prepare for a dual threat quarterback, try to emulate that in practice. I feel like we'll bring in a lot of like some of our GAs, we'll throw them in pads, like more athletic GAs like DJ who played in the league. And he'll just run around and we'll practice like hitting him. And Yeah, he'll just emulate like a scramble or getting out of the pocket. So I think
that is so hard to
right?
practice for defensive guys, right? Like, because you're in coverage, and then the scout team quarterback takes off. It's like all of a sudden everybody's right on him. In the game, a lot more space, right?
Yeah, 100%. Practicing the scramble drill, or if he breaks pocket leverage, it's really hard to either go and attack the quarterback if he gets out of the pocket, or you want to plaster your guy, make sure he doesn't catch the ball. So knowing when it's your time to pull up the quarterback and keep him in the pocket, and knowing when it's time to cover down. So
absolutely.
Yeah, I think scout team quarterback's the most fun position to play. I remember doing it, and I was like pretending to be Jordan Love. And it was legit, dude, because it was like you're just making things up as you're going. Like you just catch the ball, start running circles, throw it up. Somehow it works. Just freshman luck. And I remember Av just cussing me out, like tearing me to shreds because we started playing good. We'd throw it up to Connor. We'd throw it up to Billy. I was like, dude, I miss those days, dude. That was the best. And you can't get touched either. I was like, thank God I didn't play tight end on scout team.
I would actually say two things about that. Going back to being a scout team quarterback myself at one time, but when you're standing in there and everybody, like, they circle the guy on the card where you're going to throw the ball, and you're like, that guy's like covered, like there's 4 guys on.
Oh,
like, why would I throw it there?
Bracketing that guy.
So you throw it somewhere else and complete it, and the coaches start yelling at you, and you're like, and then they're like, throw it in there no matter what. And then you complete it like 3 times in a row, and you're like, yeah, now what?
Yeah. Yeah, and those perfect Thursdays, remember those we had? Oh. And like our GAs would make us, we had to throw the amount of picks as our jersey number just to make sure, give the defense some confidence. So I always had to throw 3, and Zach Matlock was 17.
Well, and the flip side is for you guys, both of you guys were on scout team at one time on Thursday, Friday, Wednesday during third, like, don't make a play on the ball.
Yeah.
You're like, he threw it right at me. What do you want me to do?
Just drop picks. Just let it hit off your chest.
Let it hit you around the face mask.
Yeah, I was in so many positions to just make plays on the ball. So, I had to let him go.
Yeah.
Those perfect
easy.
Thursdays.
Jordan asked a question. He said, it's super cool to hear about some of your family heritage. How big of a fan of you are tangos and piñatas? Have you been there?
Yeah, that place is fire.
What's your go-to order? He asked.
God, I haven't been in a minute. I was planning on going this last weekend. The gaucho, La Tinga is good. They got some really good dessert ones too. You throw some dulce de leche or like some Nutella and strawberries in there.
Where's that at? I've never been there.
It's like
it's out in Meridian, right?
It's on off of Orchard.
Oh, okay.
They might have one in Meridian, but
I'm
the one
about to
I
go
know
with
is
you.
off of Orchard.
You're gonna have to get me right,
dude. It's good.
Give me some culture, dude.
Yeah, I love
sounds
that place.
awesome. Got a lot of hairy questions about DJ.
Far away.
They said DJ Harry's shoulders are legendary.
Oh yeah, they're still there.
Oh yeah, they definitely are.
They're not going anywhere.
He never got cold in winter games ever.
I don't know what that is. I don't know what cold is.
Weren't you weren't you supposed to get a clean fresh wax?
Yeah.
That's still on the table. Or are you not a man of your word?
I am. It's
When's
on
that
Mason.
coming?
I'm waiting for Mason to hit me up. I told him once I healed from my shoulder surgery, I was ready to go.
You want to share that story, Marco?
Yeah, what was the bet for that again?
Well, we learned about Mason's bet with Ashton last year, the tattoo bet. Fall camp going to my senior year, so 2023, I made a bet with Mason that if we went undefeated and won the Mountain West, he could wax my chest and stomach, which we didn't do, but we won the Mountain West, and it was so sweet. Winning that championship, I'll still wax my chest. I don't care. It'll grow back.
Yeah.
Grow back in a week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It won't be gone long.
Yeah. Just instantly.
How's Argentina looking this upcoming World Cup, Marco?
Yeah.
Damn good.
Damn good.
There's a qualifying match on the Thursday when we traveled to the hotel, so I was watching it all bus time. But yeah, we look good. I think I could be completely BSing, but I think we're still number 1 in the world right now. So it's a big summer. I'm going to try and go to a lot of the games this summer.
I know nothing about soccer, but I could tell you wanted to talk about it. So
really, it's written all over my face. I was going to say that was a little random, man. A little deep call out, but
had the empanada.
Yeah, right.
So,
you gotta
your Argentinian heritage.
Yeah, I mean, I could talk about it all day. But yeah, I guess the only thing is like I'm really hoping Messi plays because he might not. But anyways, that's another conversation. We're here to talk about American
You
football.
don't want to go deep. You don't want to go deep down that rabbit hole.
Oh, no.
Yeah, we could. What I know we always are talking about looking at the current game we're about to play, but are there any games upcoming that you're excited about in the future?
I know Notre Dame's a big one on the list, just because, for one, the team they are, and I got a lot of family up in Michigan that are driving out to that game, and just like a legendary stadium and atmosphere. So I know they're super excited to just be a part of it. Kind of just sharing that with them will be super cool.
Yeah.
I mean, all of our conference games are always like tough games too.
Yeah.
So like everybody plays us super well. I feel like we always get everybody's best. So yeah, really excited for all the conference games to get started, especially start with Air Force. So
yeah, talk on that a little bit, because like there's always some games where fans think in the conference we're just going to roll them over and it's going to be just a walk in the park win, but we know in the facility that's never the case. Talk a little bit about how every single game feels like it's a championship game against us.
Yeah, I mean, I always like prepping, watching film. I always watch like the games that these teams played their best, because I know that's what we're going to get. I mean, we had a really good team last year, and there was probably like 3, maybe 4 games in conference and out of conference that like we could have lost if it went just another way, or we didn't make a certain play here or there. And just knowing that we still got to continue to like prep the way we need to and perform the way we need to when it comes to conference games, not really overlooking or underlooking anybody.
Right.
Is huge. But yeah, it really is true. When Coach D talks about it all the time, like we always get everybody's best. Like people are going to like play to our level, and that's okay. But we just need to make sure like we don't stoop down to theirs.
Definitely. Yeah. Especially with like the conference realignment where it's not sides anymore. It's like whoever the top 2 are. So it's like every single conference game matters. And like you said, even last year, like we had an amazing team and we go play San Jose State or Wyoming, and it becomes a close game and we have to fight through and get that win. And no matter what the scoreboard at the end is, it's like that's a big time W.
Yeah,
no
sure.
doubt.
Got to be as consistent as possible. Like
Yeah.
these guys just always come out and give us their best. So
There's a good question on here, but when you go up big like last week, how do you guys stay in the win mindset and stay fired up throughout the course of the game, even when maybe you're done for the day? When that happened, what was your last play in that game?
I think once
Start of the fourth quarter?
Yeah, start of the fourth quarter, I got pulled. But yeah, I mean, I guess as a leader and captain of the team, you don't really have that luxury where you can just like go and chill out on the side and like just kind of F off, I guess. A lot of guys are getting like reps for the first time. And if you really truly have built those relationships with those younger guys and maybe the guys that don't play as much, you're just as excited for them to be on the field and coach them up and see them winning and making their plays. So it's honestly a lot of fun to watch those guys and being able to have that opportunity to coach and lead and kind of just coach guys up.
Yeah, you're almost helping them make the calls and all that stuff, right? I mean, that's how you stay locked in, is you keep watching the game. But it's a good question for you guys to say, but it's funny, it's different in the NFL. It's different than maybe even some other colleges, but we've had a lot of blowouts around here, and everybody's always up on the side. Like that's the part everybody's dying get to is where I can be the guy that finally got to come out of the game, so I can stand over there and help coach and encourage and all that stuff. But I always see guys totally locked in. It's not like somebody's sitting on the bench eating a hot dog.
Yeah.
I mean, you see, like, for example, like Trey's pick or on Friday's game.
Yeah.
You see guys on the offensive side of the ball running all the way down the sideline, like getting fired up for him. And,
that was awesome.
Dylan's big touchdown, everybody was super fired up for him. So,
No doubt.
Yeah,
No doubt.
definitely staying as locked in as possible, just cheering on guys.
That's one thing that just caught me a little bit. But, last year, Riley kind of mentioned a couple of those games got close. And then because Ashton being who Ashton was, he typically kind of made something happen and got the momentum going. And even as far back as the Georgia Southern game last year, made some big plays when the game got close in the fourth quarter, kind of took off, and you get that momentum going. How are you guys overcoming that this year? Let me rephrase that. Not overcoming it, but how are you replacing the energy, not the production?
I think it's just spreading out that kind of love. I know we have plenty of playmakers that can change the game at any moment and build that kind of momentum. And so
on all sides of the ball.
Yeah, on all sides of the ball for sure. So making sure that as a defense, we get off the field as fast as possible and let the offense get their opportunities, make their plays that we know they can make. Helps a lot to kind of build that momentum up. And even though Ashton did do a lot for us in the season last year, there are plenty of guys that stepped up to kind of build that momentum, not just Ashton. And a lot of that comes from the fronts too. I mean, kind of creating those holes for Ashton, establishing the run.
When you guys see that stuff, I think some of the fans might miss that, where it's like, hey, that guy was the reason this happened. That was an unbelievable block, or maybe I got the sack because he ran the stunt perfect. One of the D linemen took two blockers, or whatever the case might be. But I think that's something that's understood because it's been practiced all week, and so everybody gets so fired up for that guy that it's not just about a guy out there in the open makes three guys miss, or in Ashton's case 9, whatever. But it's all that stuff that helps bring the juice to the whole team.
Marco, we had a lot of questions last week after the loss where people were trying to figure out what kind of goes on in the facility after a loss like that, where obviously we came into the season high hopes and there's still like major opportunity for us to be in the playoffs. Like, it's not like it's over, but we had a lot of fans last week asking questions like what goes on in the locker room? What are our coaches saying? What are the leaders saying? Can you talk a little bit about that experience on Friday, Saturday, and then going into this week, kind of how to not only bounce back, but like keep the players locked in on the team that they know we have?
Yeah, I think some of the first conversations that I had, even on the sideline, before the clock even ran out, when they pulled all of our guys, just felt out of character for us. Didn't make the plays that we should have made, and gave up too many explosives on defense too. And so kind of just relaying a message of that wasn't us today, but we need to get back in the facility, fix what we need to fix, and be like open to learn. I mean, you guys can attest that after any loss, being like able to take accountability for the mistakes we made throughout that game, and then like having that humility to go out and fix it. And coaches do a really good job of highlighting those things too, and really pushing us to get better, and obviously make practices harder, meetings a lot more like intentional.
Yeah.
But the biggest message I wanted to relay to the guys was, if you're thinking about the college football playoff right now, you're in the wrong place.
Absolutely.
Because, I mean, a whole mess of reasons, but taking one game at a time, being 1-0 every week is what we always pride ourselves on. And kind of just winning that week. And then also relaying the message of we're way more than capable of playing way better than we did that game.
Yeah.
we just didn't do that. And it's on us to be able to practice the way we need to, and then have that translate to the field.
For sure. And college football is awesome because it's like after a game like that, you look on it for that night or the next day when we watch the game, and then automatically you're moving on to the next one. It's like the biggest skill you can have in football is short-term memory. And it's like you're already focusing on Eastern Washington a day after that game. You learn from your mistakes, and now you're going out and seeing what you can do better and how you prepare against the next team. And it's already moved on. It's not, nobody's, like you said, if you're still dragging on that and thinking about the playoffs, like living in the past or future, you're definitely not in the right place.
Yeah, that 24-hour rule.
Yeah.
So real, especially when we get in that routine of things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You said the big word too. You take accountability for it, right? You're humble enough to take the criticism, and you know, you're probably, as I almost hate to open up this can of worms again, but you're going to be harder on yourself probably, especially as an older guy, than the coaches could ever be on you.
Yeah.
And I say open up that can of worms because everybody thinks after the first week that everything was too nice and nobody was hard on anybody over there. And I said that's certainly not the case.
Yeah, I think, well, the coach's criticism, even the criticism from the fans or anything on social media, got to find a way to tune all that out. Not the coach's criticism, because that's very important. No, you need to take that in.
Fix it though, right?
Yeah.
It's not it's taking the information. Being coachable is taking the information and actually doing what you're supposed to do with that information. It's not being coachable doesn't just mean saying yes sir or no sir. I mean, everybody can do that, but if you say yes sir and you know you look real excited about it and all that stuff, and you go out there and do the exact same thing we just tried to coach on that play or technique or whatever, then to me you're not very coachable.
Yeah.
The flip side is I've had guys that we have very interesting dialogue back and forth. But when you showed them, like, here's what you're doing, here's how to fix it, and they fix it, I mean, to me, that is coachable. Might not be very civil, but who cares?
Yeah, really, all you guys can answer this question is, like you said, like there's maybe not on this team, but there's been guys on teams that I've been a part of where they do think about the future, they do think about the past, and they're not totally bought into the culture. As leaders, how do you kind of deal with a person like that? Because at Boise State, we don't just leave people in the dust. If they're not going to jump on the train, we try to guide them and bring them in a part of the culture. Kind of what take and approach did you guys have on trying to bring those guys along?
First off, you got to give credit to the coaches recruiting kids, because we do not get a lot of kids like that.
Not a lot at all.
Our coaches do a great job recruiting the right kids, the right guys who want that building. But the rare case is, I mean, every person's different. You can't talk to Marco the same way I talk to Riley in a leadership aspect. Like, people don't respond the same way. So I always thought the best way is just build a relationship with them first. Let them know that, hey, like, I actually do care about you, so that when you do come with them with criticism or ways that they can be better, they don't take it as a slight or anything like that. They take it, oh, this guy actually cares about me. He wants me to be better.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, I think pretty much just ditto everything you said. You really got to get to know all your guys and like build those relationships. Yeah, I couldn't have said it any better. Like, everybody responds to stuff differently. Everybody's wired differently, and knowing how to respond to that and lead them in that sense is huge.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, for me, I just think it's. I mean, we've said it a lot in the building, and but it doesn't matter how much you know until they know how much you care, and it really starts with that. And you know, Robbie asked that question kind of on here about how do you support somebody that's you know, going through tough times and maybe not playing well or reacting well on the field. And I think first step is you just sit down and have a real conversation about it and say, like, hey, you're better than this. That's why you're here. We believe in you, all that stuff. And then nowadays it takes like literally nothing to come up with video. Like, you can build that and say, like, all right, here's what you're capable of. Here's what you're doing. What do you need from me to help you get to that point again, or get to that point for the first time? Or, you know, maybe it's just somebody that's playing well that can even be better. And you're like, I know you got it in you. I believe in you. And, you know, but here's where we're struggling. You're not doing this well. So we got to work on that and fix that. And then, you know, let's maximize these things that you're doing well. And sometimes, believe it or not, I mean, I know there's 40,000 people out there cheering for you and you feel great when that's going on or whatever, but you guys have all seen it. Sometimes it's confidence, right? I mean, you got the energy, but you don't really have the confidence, and you just need somebody to believe in you a little bit. And yeah. And then when it's going really bad and things are totally unacceptable, you point that out too, right? And you spend time going like, we can't be on the field if that's what is going to happen. You know, if you're going to make this play or that play, like, I don't know what to tell you, but if that's happening, you know, there's just no opportunity for that. So
a lot of these conversations too happen one-on-one. It's not
absolutely.
You're not calling a guy out in front of the team like that or making an example out of a guy like that, especially as a player. I just feel like that's the wrong way to go about it. But
without question,
all these conversations happen.
And even
praise in public.
Yeah. Well, I mean, have them like on special teams, or if you're a DB that gets beat or you drop a pass or something, like, as a coach, we might have a private conversation before we go into the team meeting and say, like, hey, look, just, you know, that play's it's gonna show up during the team meeting. So
it's a sickening feeling.
Yeah. So be ready for it. You know,
a lot of time you already know.
Yeah.
Well, you do, but I think that's something that's traditionally happened here is like, hey, we have to talk about that because we can't pretend like it didn't happen.
For sure.
You know, but because other people need to learn from that mistake too. And I'm picking out the obvious ones. I mean, it might be something very unobvious to the fan. It might be, you know, who you missed a gap or whatever, but everybody on the field knows it, or in the team meeting, and you just kind of like, hey, that's going to come up. All right. So just so you're aware of it. And, you know, do you have any questions about it? You know, whatever. I mean, watch the play together and kind of get it out of the way. And it's still embarrassing when it happens, but at least you get the feeling like, okay, they're not calling me out like you cost us a game. It's more like, hey, we got to make sure everybody learns from this so it doesn't happen anymore.
Yeah. And I think too, being like a young guy coming in to college football, like, you think you have to be perfect every play. And like, you fear those moments where you have a bad play going up on team meetings until you're a year or so in, you realize every single person is pretty much up there at some point. And it becomes a thing. Like, I remember I feared it. I never wanted to be up there. And then my junior year, I'd go up there and it's like a learning lesson, but also you're laughing. You're like, I remember when I saw John Bates up there at some point. Like,
no doubt.
Superstar.
No doubt. And, you know, obviously there's certain plays that come up, or like I said, I mean, if you're out there and you fumble a punt or something, you know, and it's obviously it's in front of everybody and you feel like, oh, that's 100% on me.
Yeah.
And it's like, yeah, I mean,
just move on from it.
But it is what it is. Move on. It's not personal.
No doubt. How, DJ, how has being like a leader and a captain, and I could say the same for you, Coach Ridd, just a leader at Boise State, transitioned into the workforce, and how you kind of lead people and carry yourself in our new big boy jobs?
It's definitely different. You gotta, there's HR departments in the real world. So.
Yeah. Non-construction.
That is real, right?
So you got to go about it a little bit different way. But I mean, if you build the right foundations, like, you're more than able to do playing Boise State football, and all those guys in that building be more than capable of coming out of the workforce, because you spend the time learning about yourself in college and what works for you and how you need to get yourself ready to show up each and every day. So I think just falling back on that is something that's been just real big for me.
Yeah, absolutely. I think the same thing. Like, when we went out, I was like, all right, how do we translate football into like another arena of life? And I was like talking about it with some of my coworkers, because a lot of them are either ex-athletes or like ex-military guys. And they're like, dude, it's the same game. It's just a different sport. And you're like, when they said that, I was like, damn, it's real. Like, you're working around a team. You guys all have one common goal, and we're using the same principles and skills we learned at Boise State to kind of help drive that. So
especially accountability, the ability to communicate, especially to communicate under stress. You know, those are things that I see come up on a daily basis.
Oh yeah.
What do you kind of said it, but
yeah, I mean, yeah, same thing, just like DJ said. And like you said earlier about the relationships, like, it's a big thing in the workforce too, is building those relationships and being able to be held accountable, but also have that relationship to hold other people accountable, knowing that you guys are on the same team, and just lead from there, and the whole self-discipline aspect and just kind of still having that competitive mindset, even though it's not scoring a touchdown or making a tackle. It's like, all right, how can I do this at my best self? So it's kind of cool to see how it translates over when they say that all the time through football, and you don't necessarily believe it, but it's true.
Marco, this is just one of those things I feel like we kind of always talk about, but I don't think we've done it this year yet. But just for, maybe we got some new viewers out here, but, you know, kind of take them through a day in a normal game week. Yeah, I mean, you can say whatever, Tuesday, Wednesday, or same or whatever, but yeah, I think sometimes it gets lost just how much time you guys put in.
Yeah. So during season, it's a typical schedule. We have Mondays off now. I guess on a normal Saturday schedule, it's been all wonky this year so far. But
and by off, you mean no official.
Right. So I would just say, so Saturday game, Sunday hits, coming in the morning, do a medical check, have a couple meetings. Afternoon will be lift, walkthroughs, correct and review, then walkthroughs, and then preparing for the next team. Monday hits, you have treatment that you should be going to. You need it. So you're there for however long you need. And then whatever your class schedule might look like for that day, doing all the homework. I always try and get all my homework done that day or the following day, just to then I can focus on the team ahead. But throw some film in there, prepare for the next game. Tuesday morning operation, like a 5:30 wake up, done around 12 or 11:30, classes from 12 to 3 maybe, and then we're back in the facility at 4 p.m. for some afternoon stuff, meetings, and a lift maybe. Wednesday's kind of the same schedule. Thursday you got the morning operation, then afternoon free, and then Friday morning operation, all those things leading up till 12. Come back a couple hours later, hit those afternoon meetings, walkthroughs, team dinner, go to the hotel. Obviously, a lot of that switches up depending on if we're an away game. So, you throw travel in the mix there. You throw homework in the mix around your schedule, studying, tests, where that might look like. And then if you find time for a little bit of social life, you can get that done. But
well, it's funny because now, everything's so dominated now by NIL and pay to play and transfer portal and all that. But especially a guy like you, I mean, and both of you guys, I mean, still students, right?
Mm-hmm.
That takes a decent chunk of time. But, I mean, you think about a 40-hour work week, certainly just on football, you're putting that in. And then you've got academics on top of that. And it's I just wanted to bring that back up because I think so many people now are focused on well, these guys get paid. It's like, well, yeah, and they're also working.
Yeah, not a normal 8-hour work week either.
So got to be eligible.
Yeah. Yeah, and not every class is online, even though they're obviously education's moved that way. But and especially here, we have a lot of high achieving students, and obviously you guys all fit that bill. So
For sure.
I just wanted to bring that up because I think sometimes that gets lost in the shuffle with where we've gone.
Yeah, what you got going on for the bye week?
Oh, well, I was talking to you guys before the show. Brother's birthday this weekend, so I told him I'd get him Padres tickets and his first beer for that night.
Nice.
Diehard Padres
let's
fan.
go.
Yeah, I love
Pods.
Pods. Go Pods, baby.
Who are they playing?
Rockies.
Easy going.
Yeah, hopefully.
Yeah.
Shoot. I usually have good luck going to their games, so fingers crossed. Play some golf with my mom in the morning. Go to the Padres game. Find a way to surf. Just hang around family, the dogs, eat some good food, get spoiled by my mom. That's pretty much the plan for this weekend.
Home cooked meals.
Yeah, gotta get a good restart, refresh.
Yeah.
You bump into Coach Gladnick while you're down there. Tell him hello.
Okay, I will.
What people always hit me up and ask, what is it like coming from a different state like Southern California, coming to Idaho? Like, what are your favorite things about living here outside of sports and school?
Yeah, I mean, I think everybody will kind of talk to you about their biggest selling point about Boise State is like the people. Just walking around the street and having people greet you, ask you about your day, is completely different. When you're in, I feel like you can get that at some points in San Diego, but a lot of times people are just so much in their own world, and it kind of feels like more of a sense of community out here. So that was definitely like the biggest adjustment. My sister just moved out here from New York. She went to school there for years.
Sweet.
Awesome.
And she's just like, it's weird. Like, it's weird for her when people are so nice, obviously, because New York's a whole different breed, right? Yeah. So I would say that's pretty much a common theme coming from anywhere else and then coming into here. I'm sure you could talk about that because you're a Fresno guy, but
Might be worse than New York.
Trying to lose that title for years.
You were a San Diego guy at one time, right?
Yeah.
I try to claim it. This guy doesn't let me.
Yeah. Matt claims Florida. I don't know if I should let him. It's ridiculous.
We got to get Marco out of here.
Yep.
But thanks to Jackson's for a little donation to keep the current players coming over. So we'll let Matt get out of here, and then we'll wrap it up. But meantime, anything you want to say to all the fans watching?
No, I mean, just know you're going to get the best out of us every game and every weekend, and just an honor and blessing to be here for 5 years and have the support from you guys and all the coaches and teammates that I've had over the years, and still being able to come out and talk to you guys like this and still do things outside the facility. So just a blessing to be a Boise State Bronco.
Well, we appreciate you being here. We appreciate watching you on the field, and fun to see that. And we're looking forward to seeing you get after it for the rest of the year and bring home another championship.
Let's go.
No doubt. Sure. Appreciate you guys. As always, go Broncos.
Bronco fans, the new Boise State trading cards are here, and you can only get them at Jackson's.
Start collecting them today.
Jackson's, let's go!